Hey everybody, how's it going? Chris here today to show you a quick entry into the Vision of Comics contest. And just to let you guys know, thanks for the entries that are coming in for my 1,000 subs contest. Those are fabulous. Hope you guys keep showing some more. They've been really, really enjoyable to watch and giving me some great ideas for some other Wolverine items to collect. So for the Vision of Comics contest, he's got a few questions that we need to answer. Just like most people, in the collecting community, they're usually synonymous with something something that they're known for. And him, he's definitely a cosmic guy. That's the thing I always remember about him. That he's a cosmic guy. So of course, his first question has to do with comic book cosmic in any way. So he asked for your favorite comic book. Cosmic comic book or character. For me, one thing I'll say is for cosmic character specifically, don't really actively collect cosmic stuff, but I really did enjoy Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Seeing Silver Surfer on screen, I was just really in awe of that character. Seeing him on film, that was really, I think, done well. Let's see, but my favorite cosmic comic book, it's a book that I see as a cosmic event of sorts, having to do with alien planets and other cosmic characters. And I think overall too, it's just one of my most favorite all-time stories too. Even got the Blu-ray animation cartoon. So that's a hint for you guys. And the story that I'm talking about is Planet Hulk. So here's just issue number 92, which began the story, but there was previous stories, of course, which led up to the event, which had the Illuminati send the Hulk into space. He ended up going to this alien planet, becoming a slave and a gladiator, and then eventually becoming a king, and then working his way back to Earth, which ended up in the story World War Hulk, with him fighting against the Illuminati, which was just amazing, just all around. This was like a long story, huge arc, but Planet Hulk was specifically all the stuff that happened to him on the planet. And of course, out of this came his child Scar, which was really, really neat too. So I think definitely a story that was really good, and it's made an impact on the Marvel Universe. And I think for the better. If nobody has read this one, just on its own, like I say, read the Planet Hulk, get the graphic novel, read it digitally, borrow it from a friend, I don't care how. This is definitely a must read. Planet Hulk. The next one is kind of, I don't know, it was a little bit hard, but favorite licensed comic. I don't really have, I think, many comics that are of licensed properties. I just pulled this one out as an example, but generally my licensed properties that I enjoy as comics are comics that have to do with video games. So here's an example. Here's Assassin's Creed: The Fall, issue number 2. For me, it was really good art, really good storyline, but the final ending was kind of a little bleh to me. But like I say, this is just overall just an example. Video game comic books. So I do have in my collection one of my favorite video game characters, Legend of Zelda. There were some Nintendo comics that were put out, back in the day, and I really love those. I really got to try to get all those comics too. It was very limited, so really got to get them. You guys might have seen a while ago, I picked up Logan some Super Mario Brothers comics at a garage sale. There's, of course, Assassin's Creed comic books, God of War comic books. Those ones were really enjoyable as well too. So there you go. That's my favorite kind of licensed comic book. Just to extend that to a little bit, I'm going to show some love for comic book and a character that was not initially meant for a comic book format, but for the novel format. And of course, through public domain in the years, it's evolved into a comic book formatted story. So just want to quickly show my love again to Frankenstein Alive Alive, the continuation of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. I just really absolutely love this book. Love the Frankenstein monster story. It's really, really great. You guys might have seen me lately. I've been kind of going crazy for some Frankenstein stuff and anything involving Mary Shelley's Frankenstein specifically. But really good. The next one, here's a funny one. Everybody's gonna get this. As soon as I'm gonna tell you the question, you guys are gonna answer this for me in the comments below. See how well you guys know me. Just have a little fun here with yourself at home. Okay? If you know me, okay, he asked to show off your favorite origin story. So I find this pretty humorous. You guys know it already. A bunch of you guys are probably yelling it at home. What is my favorite origin story? Origin. The origin story of Wolverine. Of course, right? But this was done really well. You know, the 6-part issue or series by Jenkins, Kubert, Eisenoff, and of course the follow-up that happened this year too, Origin 2, was been just perfect. You know, as a Wolverine fan back in the day, I was really kind of up in arms a little bit too, saying, "Oh, they can't do the origin story. It's part of Wolverine, a little bit of the mystery, and you know, slowly getting bits and pieces and things like that." But you know, whenever something's your favorite, you kind of feel protective of it and very analytical of it. But this turned out very, very well, I think, and definitely a plus too that Marvel Comics did it before the movie came out too. Definitely wouldn't have liked those origins to be presented in a movie without you know, Marvel doing it first. Really, really good stuff here. Again, another one of those things that is a must-read. I think Origin 1 and 2 definitely a must-read. Any way possible, digital, by the book, graphic novel, however you can, read Origin story. The most anticipated book coming up. So back in the day, probably 5 years ago, before I was married, I was definitely collecting a lot of books. I was probably spending about $200 a month on just new stuff. Nothing old, just new. So with that, I was pre-ordering, and I was always the 2 months ahead with what do you call it, previews and things like that. I was always at 2 months ahead, but now I'm really not. I've definitely downsized and focused. I'm definitely more focused in my collecting. But yeah, I'm not too far ahead. But the one thing I know that is coming up soon, and of course as a Wolverine fan, it concerns me, and that's the story coming up, Death of Wolverine. And today, Wednesday, they did release the story 3 Months to Die with issue number 8 of Wolverine. So I am looking forward to it. So far, the Wolverine series has been fairly good. It has nothing to really kind of, you know, flip my lid about. It's been okay. Kind of been missing Jason Aaron's writing, but otherwise been pretty good. So I am kind of looking forward to see what they're going to do with this Death of Wolverine thing. But I mean, Wolverine's died over and over and over and over again. So you know he's definitely going to be coming back. But it's going to be how well... I want to see how well they can do it. I mean, it's got to be written friggin' well. It's got to be really emotional. It doesn't have to be blood and gore and all that kind of stuff, but to make the impact, it's really got to be written well, and it's really got to, you know, pull at your heartstrings, I think, to be, you know, to pull it off. But definitely, I'm not worried about that at all. But yeah, just looking forward to see what they're able to do with it. And then perhaps after that, get his healing factor back. I mean, if he's dead, he's dead. Maybe those little micro nano bull crap virus thing that took away his healing factor, maybe he'll come back, and that's what I'm looking forward to as well. Okay, so actively collecting now. Of course, a bunch of you guys too. If you've been following me, you kind of know what I've been collecting. And definitely been getting a lot more Wolverine stuff. You guys have seen that. I've completed a lot of my Wolverine stuff, but there's many one-shots and I got most of the animals, but one-shots and mini-series and things like that of over the years. And so I'm really trying to get those, but also as far as a series title that I'm trying to collect, since I've got my Wolverine series all done, you know, from volume 1 up to current. besides maybe some variants or whatever. But numerically, I'm all caught up. And recently, I just finished the Marvel Comics Presents, which was mostly with Wolverine. So after that, what do I have to collect? Right here, the Uncanny X-Men, continuing from issue number 94, and of course I got Incredible Hulk 180 to 182. I got the giant size, ended up picking up 94, 95, got 97 sent to me recently by the Space Baby, which is just amazing. That's definitely a big help because some of the early ones here are a bit expensive, a little harder to get a hold of. But yeah, this is the next thing for me as a Wolverine fan to collect is getting the X-Men series from 94, which is the first appearance of the all-new X-Men team within the title, and of course includes Wolverine. So from here on, I'll be kind of looking out to finish up this volume of the X-Men, and then from there, it would be whatever other volume that includes Wolverine in it. Is that so? Next one, unexpected value rise in a comic. Now this one, I'm glad I jumped on it. I picked it up by who recommended 123 Comic Man. He ended up recommending. He said this book is probably gonna be maybe hot. It looks really good. I picked it up on his recommendation. I thought maybe it's hot. Maybe I can sell it back and get a couple of extra bucks, I was thinking. But really, this book ended up taking off like mad. And I had 3 copies in total. I only have 1 copy left. I did have 2 with Fiona Staples drawings on them. But I ended up giving, this was when it basically just came out, and then shortly after that, Fiona Staples was at the Comic-Con, so I was like, hey, this is great, this is a good book, it's hot, she's here, I'm going to get her to draw on it. So I did get that drawing. I ended up sending it to Stadium Comics. Their channel is really good, but check out Stadium Comics. And I sent them a copy to, as a good act of goodwill for the comic book community, and I gave that to them as a prize. A while ago, I wanted to make some money for some of my X-Men Wolverine appearances and things like that, and I ended up selling the second copy on eBay, and that one went for, I'll say, over $100. I mean, it was more than that, but and I probably priced it a little low, maybe. I think I gave a good deal, but I still made a profit off of that. And that one book I'm talking about, Saga. So the value of this one has just gone insane. And if you guys have seen the Space Baby, this is what he got. He got a CGC copy for his prize from the last year's Comic Book Lotto. He got a Saga #1 first print CG seed, and that was costed a bit of chunk of money. Everything that we all pulled together, it costed that plus some. So it was yeah, the value of this is, I think, really shot up, especially for modern books. I think it's hard for modern books for their price to really shoot up quick, but this one was definitely well deserving of it, that's for sure. Okay, and the last thing, other hobbies. So I'll just show you one here and then redirect you guys to my other videos, which you've probably been seeing going on. But here I'll show you a copy of Judo Warriors for the Famicom, and this is from 1990, and game never released in North America. But so as you can see, video games. That's my other hobby, and I've started my own series. I've been showing them sporadically in the past, some video games in my videos, but started a specific series called Famicom Cave, showing all of my Nintendo games, Famicom games, and my cartridge-based Nintendo games, basically. So definitely want to redirect you guys. If you want to see more of my video game collection, go to the Famicom Cave videos and check those out. Definitely going to be having some more videos of that coming up soon. So that's my contest into the Vision of Comics contest, and I'll see you all later. Bye.